Hey guys! Today we will explore a fascinating conjunction of art and video games by exploring why Rebel Wolves chose a particular reference or an Easter egg. I think we can call it this way as well. So, why did Rebel Wolves choose the famous artwork for their cinematic trailer of The Blood of Dawnwalker? Educating references and hidden secrets are the very thing why I love gaming. This artwork that I'm talking about might not be merely an aesthetic choice, but a deliberate thematic anchor that weaves the game's narrative with medieval concepts of sin, damnation, and divine judgment. We will first examine the artwork itself, understand its historical and artistic significance, connect it to super famous and influential literary work that all of you have heard of, I'm sure, and finally, theorize its importance for the game's world and even characters. Let's start talking. First of all, I would like you to have a closer look and see that one of these artworks were inspired by another. No doubt you can notice some similarities. Well, here's the history to the original. Painted in 1410, the Inferno is a striking fresco in the Basilica di San Petronio in Bologna. Created in the tradition of medieval Christian art, it presents a terrifying vision of hell, inspired by Dante Alighieri's Inferno. Inferno is the first part of Dante's epic poem that's called the Divine Comedy, which also includes Purgatorio and Paradiso. So, Inferno is essentially the hell section of the larger Divine Comedy narrative, which I will talk about a bit later. The fresco by Giovanni da Modena is known for its vivid depiction of Lucifer devouring sinners, the torments of the damned, and grotesque, nightmarish imagery designed to instill fear and moral contemplation. To put it mildly, it sends a message: have a look and think about your behavior, you bloody sinner. So at the top left there is a depiction of the glory of heaven, while the bottom shows the pains of hell. In the center, the Archangel Michael weighs the souls and holds the sword of justice. This scene is based on Dante's poem, especially his depiction of hell, while sinners are punished by facing actions that go against their sins in life. The artist divides the sinners into two groups: those who sinned against God, and in the lower part, those who committed the capital sins. Giovanni da Modena didn't shy away from visualizing suffering, punishment, and the consequences of sin, reinforcing the religious doctrine of his time. The chaotic, hierarchical suffering shown in the fresco mirrors the order in Dante's structured hell, suggesting a divine justice that rules over all and everything. In its original religious context, the fresco was meant to remind worshippers of the consequences of sin. It functioned as both an artistic masterpiece and a theological lesson, warning against moral corruption. This image of hell was not just a place of eternal torture, but a structured system where every sin had its corresponding punishment. However, in modern interpretations, the Inferno also serves as a metaphor for social, psychological, and political struggles. Artists and scholars see it as a reflection of the human condition, how we create our hells through war, oppression, and personal failings. Rebel Wolves, by including this fresco in The Blood of Dawnwalker, could be drawing a parallel between the divine punishments of the past and the new social order ruled by vampires in their game. Dante's Inferno, which inspired Giovanni da Modèna's Fresco, is one of the most influential literary works in history. In it, the protagonist travels through hell. By the way, the protagonist's name is Dante as well. So he witnesses the suffering of sinners assigned to different circles based on their misbehaviors. If you didn't know, the nine hells as a concept was created by Dante Alighieri in his literary work. So, more than just a religious allegory, Inferno is also social and political commentary, critiquing the corruption and moral decay of contemporaries in Dante's life. Rebel Wolf's use of the Inferno in their game suggests that they are taking inspiration from these same themes. In the blood of Dawnwalker, the vampires ascend to power, turning humans into cattle. So, could this be a reversal of Dante's vision? In Dante's work, punishment is divine retribution for moral failure. But in Dawnwalker, it is the vampires, not God, who become the arbiters of judgment, dominating over humanity as though they were in hell itself. One moment that made me super excited about this painting that they exposed was the place that they chose for it. So the placement of the Inferno fresco, or the kind of variation of this Inferno fresco, is in a ruined church. It seems that it's highly symbolic, well, at least it seems that to me. The church represents a fallen world, a place that once held faith and divine order, but now desecrated and has no meaning, and provides no salvation. The vampire saving Coen and his sister in this setting suggests an inversion of traditional religious imagery. Instead of angels or saints offering salvation, supernatural predators provide it, at a cost. Moreover, the fresco's depiction of sinners suffering under the rule of Lucifer could serve as a warning. As vampires rule over humans, treating them as cattle, they essentially become the new demonic overlords. The once moral hierarchy of Dante's hell is replaced by a new governance structure where power determines fate, and the traditional roles of victim and oppressor are reversed. So, to simplify the idea, let's say the villains got their happy ending instead of hell. This artistic choice in the game might also reflect themes of fate and free will. Are the vampires merely fulfilling a predetermined order, much like the sinners in Dante's Inferno, who are eternally trapped in their punishments? Or is this a warning that humanity, when placed in a powerless position, will eventually rise up in rebellion? Coen, the protagonist of The Blood of the Dawnwalker, is a unique figure within this world of moral decay. Described as a young man turned into a Dawnwalker, he kinda exists in limbo, which is one of the top levels of hell if we channel Dante's imaginary world. So Coen is neither fully human nor fully vampire, trapped between the two realms of existence. Due to his silver poisoning, he hasn't yet completed his transformation, placing him in a state of existential conflict. The description holds remarkable similarities to Dante, the protagonist of the Divine Comedy. He is an in-between figure as well, neither damned nor blessed. He walks through the afterlife as a witness and potential redeemer. Coen's journey in the game may reflect Dante's own, as he struggles to find meaning in a world ruled by forces beyond his control. Will he surrender to the temptation of power, becoming a true vampire and embracing the internal order? Or will he fight for his humanity, attempting to escape this hell and restore some form of balance? The game's tagline from the official website says, "Is your soul worth the lives of those you love?" It reflects the moral dilemmas faced by Dante's characters, where personal sacrifice and moral compromise are central themes. Coen, like Dante, is faced with impossible choices that will define his soul's fate, making him more than just a reluctant hero. He is a figure caught between damnation and salvation. And I find it incredibly deep and beautiful as one of the main themes for an RPG video game. Alright guys, let's start the discussion. The inclusion of the Inferno into the lore is far from accidental. Rebel Wolves created a layered, thought-provoking Easter egg that teases players with the concept of a choice, which adds depth to the Blood of Dawnwalker. As we reflect on this connection between historical art and modern storytelling, let's think. Is the hell in the Inferno meant to parallel the fate of humanity under vampire rule, or does it hint at a deeper, secret consequence yet to be revealed, maybe during the summer gameplay reveal? Does the ruined church, once a place of faith, symbolize the loss of divine order, or is it a space for a new kind of salvation? Something like, you need to destroy the old to let the new grow. As I see it, and I can't unsee it now, Coen as a Dawnwalker could be a new Dante, a protagonist navigating a world of moral decay and punishment, seeking a way to change the established order. The inclusion of medieval art in video games is a respectful statement to the power of visual storytelling. And of course, sometimes if we have played too much and visited too many places, we can't help but see some kind of parallels. The Blood of Dawnwalker challenges us to reflect on those historical themes, making us question whether we are witnessing a world of divine punishment or the birth of a new one entirely. I dare to suggest that the fresco of the Inferno is more than just decoration. It is a mirror to the game's soul, offering us glimpses into its deeper, hidden truths. Let me know what you think in the comments, and have fun, play video games, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!